Hey friends! Thanks for tuning back in. Welcome to the channel. As you know, I'm Amy. I'm an aspiring writer who's writing her debut novel and has many other works in progress. Some are plotted, some are in the drafting stage, and some are just kind of planned with the idea kind of written on paper a little bit. But yeah. So this week I wanted to go back into a little bit more of Project Ghost. I actually have the title for it, which is so exciting and I love that. But I don't want to reveal it yet. And Project Ghost is more turning into like Project Home. So name switch a little bit there. But yeah, so like I had talked about in my video, it's a gothic thriller, and I found a better way to describe it as it's a gothic thriller with a paranormal mental health journey and a splash of feminine rage in it, which I actually didn't realize until like a few weeks ago, that I was like, oh, this is actually, a bit of a feminine rage story. So yeah, that was kind of an interesting thing to like realize when revising draft 3. So yeah. So right now I'm in draft 3 editing phase. I've currently got 5 chapters edited and I'm working on chapter 6 now. I've done major developmental edits already on it. So a lot of like plot holes that were very, very bad, I've kind of tackled, and now I'm working on line edits and really going through and making sure there's consistencies in like the grammar and the present tense, past tense, or which tense I'm using, which I realized that I kind of was flip-flopping between. So it's taking a lot of effort to try and go through and fix the tenses because I am doing it in the past tense. So very annoying right now, and I'm in a stage where I'm just like, I need lots of caffeine to get through this. And each chapter is taking so much longer than it did before. Like I think I could developmentally edit a chapter in like a day or 2, and that's with a toddler. That's because I could get it done in like 4 hours. Now like a chapter with line edits is taking me like a week and a half. It's also because I've been having more pain flare up, and life has just been being a chaotic gremlin with no neutral stance in it. And my chronic illnesses have just been chronic illnessing, to say the least. So I haven't had that much writing time as I want. So I'm going to hopefully try and get back into routine, since now my flare-ups are kind of mellowing out a little bit. So hopefully I can get more stuff done. I made a mug. And then it's sparking. This took like 5 hours to make because the Cricut machine was not liking me. Had a distaste to me, I don't know. My friend said she never had a project take this long. So but yeah, so Project Ghost, or Project Home, is, like I said, my gothic thriller feminine rage story. And I kind of mentioned feminine rage a little bit, and there is a scene, which I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't see it sooner, that it's a feminine rage story, because it's literally about a woman finding herself and being comfortable with herself and accepting all parts of her, the brighter, more cheerful sides, the darker impulses, and taking back her power, which I love. I'm really happy that I kind of had this experience of writing this whole novel, doing a draft through a second like draft of it, and did the editing for that, and only now in the 3rd round of edits I'm getting there and realizing, oh, there's this whole other like sub theme that was in it, and it's something that I'm really interested in and I really want to continue exploring in different stories. So like the fact that I have it in my debut novel without realizing that I had it in my debut novel just shows how much it is tied into my subconscious. I'm using my hands a lot. I'm gonna hold my coffee back again. So yeah, I'm like super stoked about that, because then it just kind of, for me, feels like those are the stories that I want to tell, because there is a lot of rage built up in me from all the misuse and the silencing and oppression and everything that women experience. So for me, this is just my subconscious telling me that these are the type of stories I need to continue writing. Side note, like real big side note from writing, I just finished making a peanut butter bread from Dylan Hollis's YouTube short. Great, love it, love the recipe, super easy. I'm going to chow down on that when I'm done making content. This is the bread. She's artisanal. So excited. Okay, so at Project Home, when I first started it and drafting it, it came so easy to me once I got past the like initial semi-plotting stage. It's already plotted, but not really, because I'm a pantser type of writer, so. But yeah, I think with draft 1, I finished at like 75k, and then with draft 2, I had then like around 80-90k, and now with draft 3, let me check, I'm at 92k. Of course, I'm still only now in the phases of editing back again and doing line edits, and line edits I notice are causing a major shift in the amount of words that I'm gonna have, but I'm also okay with that, because I know thrillers and everything like that shouldn't be these lengthy, like, you know, like 1,000k, 100,000 like word manuscripts. So I know it's okay to have less, actually, like 80 or like 85 to 90 is preferred. So I'm pretty okay with where I'm at. If I can actually bring it down by a little less, I think I am going to try. I've actually also been figuring out the pacing a little bit better as I've been going through this draft 3. So one of the things that I've noticed is that I tend to like shorter chapters. Also, just as a reader as well, I tend to like shorter chapters. I find it easier to read the book. The lengthier they are, the more I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, when is the next chapter coming? Because I'm like waiting for the end of that chapter to come, depending on how the writer writes it, and if it's kind of at a point where it's like that like moment of like, ooh, the hook to get you into the next chapter. So that's kind of also how I've been writing. So I think like most of my chapters are between like 2,500 words, and I like that, because for me that is the style of pacing that I like the most. So I think yesterday just finished doing like a more second run through of developmental edits on chapter 6, and then I was going into more of the line edits now. So with that, I'm kind of like looking at if I'm using active voice instead of passive voice, if I'm using any like unnecessary sticky kind of glue words like in, on, was, said, from, acts, like those type of words, to try and make the sentences more concise and easier to read, if that makes sense. Which for me is taking a while, and I think what also might help me is if I read it out loud, because that was a thing that was mentioned. I listened to an audiobook by Elena Urquhart, The Butcher and the Wren, and at the end of the book, where there was a little short interview, she mentioned that she had Ash read it out to her, and that helped her a lot. So I also think I need something along the lines of that, because I can read it in my head in a certain way, but it doesn't deliver how I want to, depending on how someone else may read it. So I think I might try and look into asking a friend or someone to maybe read the chapters out loud so I can hear it and then know how to edit. I don't know. That also kind of makes me uncomfortable hearing my story read out loud. So we'll see if my cringe doesn't cause me to flake out all my desires. But I am excited with the story. Ooh, and I have a new thing that I want to do. Initially, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like chapter like names and put like a title for it, or what I wanted to do, or just put chapter, you know, 1, chapter 2, like that. But I have actually decided to draw an outline of a ghost lily, and I'm gonna put that in the headings of each chapter, and I am so excited. I gotta work on it on my iPad and everything, so I haven't done that because like, so I'll be working on that hopefully this week, and then I can post up kind of like some sample ones I'm thinking about. I kind of have one in mind already that I'm like, yeah, I really like this look for it, so I want to get that done. But yeah, life has been lifing. I gave myself a not so great haircut, a little bit of layers. I also dyed it because I forgot. I actually got interviewed for a literary magazine who showcases different creatives from some Caribbean islands of Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. I'm from the island of Saba, and I got selected to be interviewed and share my novel, even though it's not debuted yet. So that was awesome, and I got to talk about it. So the issue will be releasing in October, I believe. If I am wrong, I will put an update. And yeah, I'm in the process of like making sure that I have the blurb and everything ready for it. I need to get some pictures ready because they're also going to showcase my other forms of creativity that I do, such as like crochet and art and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't believe I forgot to share that, and I'm super excited about that. So yeah, that's another thing that happened in my life. And yeah, life has just been lifing, and I've just been really just trying really hard to just take a moment to breathe and take slow moments rather than forcing myself to do too much and then using up too many spoons, the spoons that I don't have, reaching into the imaginary spoons. And yeah, I also have a lot of like reading stuff I have to do. I was selected as an ARC reader for 2 different books, and one of them is so good, and I'm actually gonna read someday, so once I get some editing done. And yeah, and there's another, so that was due September 18th. That one is Grimdark by Shannon Morgan. Super good so far. It's also gothic, so it's, you know, kind of staying in the realm of my style of writing. The second ARC read that I'm doing in is the book is going to be available for everyone on October 1st, is The Painted Grin by Martina Lopez. It's kind of like horror, clown, circus kind of vibes. So I'm super excited. I got it on my Kindle, so I'm super excited about that. I can actually drop the link for you to pre-order the book if you want. So that'll be down below in the description. I'm also going to check for the Shannon Morgan one, Grimdark, and then I'll also put that in the description down below. So yeah, I highly recommend reading these books, even from the little bit that I have started reading already. They're super good. So yeah, life has kind of been lifing with me, and there's been a lot of stuff going on lately, and some moments I've had energy to cook, some moments I haven't, some moments we've been spending with friends, and I've been forgetting to film content, also just because I've just been enjoying life, and it's something that's so out of the ordinary for me to film my life or take videos of my life. So yeah, bear with me as I learn that stage of content creation. I guess this is also super cringe for me to continuously be in front of the camera, so like, anyways, yeah, that's kind of all for this week. I will probably be posting another video soon. I think I'll probably be giving an update on to Project Home, and I will also be giving an update on to some of my other story ideas I'm thinking of. So yeah, alright, until next time, friends, see you, bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh my god, that's so great. Bye.